Thank you, the final frame.
So it's
Judd
all
Trump.
down to this final frame. A shake of the hands, Judd Trump with the honour.
Yes, and it's got to start with a good break-off, and that's a good break-off. Hasn't left anything on for James Watanabe to take on. Just played the safety, and he'll be happy with that. He won't be happy with that one, though. Great pot from Judd Trump, but unfortunately, that's where he played the cue ball. And these are nervy little shots to have to play. Just rolling up to the yellow, but he's played it well.
Yes, well judged. It's not been the long pots that have been Trump's problem this evening. It's been some short-range stuff that has gone awry. But he's battling away, as you would expect the world number 2 to do. Remember, he came back from 8-6 down in the final of the International Championship to defeat Neil Robertson 10-8 for his third ranking title this season.
Well, the target here should be dead on the cushion behind the yellow. Couldn't have played it much better. The two reds by the left side cushion, making the safety shot difficult for James Watanabe. So a little roll into the back of the pack again. Wow, it bounced off that cushion. But it's okay. But Judd Trump with the safety advantage here, and that's back in the same spot again. And it's getting more and more dangerous to come off the two cushions for Watanabe. The reds gradually opening up. Well, he's thinking of taking the long red on, but it's very dangerous, that shot, that one, in a decider. Now he played the safety, and he's played it well. What about that for a shot? And to avoid the double kiss, and managed to do that. Well, that little kiss on the green has made it a big target now, the green and brown. Well, he can play the red on the left side cushion, but he's got to be careful not to push one over the right corner. Oh, he's caught it much too thin. Now, has he got away with it? Is this red cuttable to the right corner? It's one of those type of shots again where he'd lose the cue ball. If he hasn't left the red on here, he's been very fortunate, Judd Trump. He's going for it. He's got it.
Oh, well. Is he on the pink? Very difficult.
He can see it. Whether he can pot it or not, this was a terrific cut. Awkward cueing over the red. Thin cut to the middle. Surely.
Well, big moment this if he goes for it.
I was about to say, surely he'll play the safety shot here. It's too tough a shot, this pink.
I'm sure he's thinking to himself, if he gets it, it could be a match winner, but if he misses it,
yeah,
the opposite will occur. And he's decided discretion is the better part of valour. Sensible from Watanabe.
James Watanabe 1.
Well, I'm sure he didn't play that either. Play to land up to the brown, leave the cue ball on the cushion. Now will Judd Trump be forced into taking this red on? If he went for it, he'd have to get it.
Another result, meanwhile, on table 5, where Barry Hawkins has now completed victory over Deshawat Pumjaeng, who threatened a comeback, having won 2 straight frames, but Hawkins over the line in the 7th, so he wins 5-2, as Trump nails one of his trademark long reds just when he needed it.
What a great shot that was, Philip. That was a terrific shot. And he's on the brown. He found the gap between the reds as well. Not only was it a great pot, but it was a great positional shot.
Well, that's the kind of clutch pot that the Stephen Hendrys and the Steve Davises were renowned for when they were dominating the game, producing your best when it matters most. Can Trump now deliver, having carved out this opportunity?
Yep, he's on the red to the right corner or left corner. Awkward cueing for the red to the right corner, but that's the one that leads him to the black. But it's easy enough to pot the one to the left corner, go up for the blue, come back down for the reds. Doesn't need to play this difficult cueing. But it's there.
6.
And now it should be plain sailing.
Well, he has been guilty of the odd, very surprising miss in this match, which got him into hot water at 4-3 down from 3-1 up. He will be putting every ounce of concentration
13.
into this break now.
Well, he didn't play that one well with all that concentration. But that's a good recovery.
14.
And now he's back in ideal position. Try and keep that cue ball under control now.
Final frame decider, by the way, in the only other match still ongoing this evening in the Temple Drum. Just to the right of the main match table,
Sorry. 19.
Zhao Gudong and Kurt Mafflin, 4 apiece. And James Watanabe can only sit and hope that he gets another opportunity.
Well, it's going to have to be a slip-up from Judd Trump if he does, because he's right in amongst the balls now.
And you think back to the green in the previous frame, Joe, when Watanabe was so close to potting it, releasing the blue that he needed. It was a millimetre away.
It was. And that's the difference sometimes.
$26.
Well, Trump will be feeling it, you can be sure of that. Went out early at the UK and the Masters and was staring defeat in the face again here. But he's shown terrific character to first force the decider, as James Watanabe can barely raise his eyes to the table. And now he's carved open this opportunity courtesy of that magnificent long red. to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, Joe.
Yes, it was a great shot, wasn't it? And the thing is, Phil, with the Reds as they are, he can't afford to miss because there's nothing safe. So if he does miss, they're all there for James Watanabe. And that wasn't the best positional shot he's ever played. Left himself hampered over this red to the left corner. Difficult cueing. How did he finish up in this position? But another good recovery.
39.
Wrong side of the blue, though. Pressure's beginning to mount.
Well, these little mid-range reds, nasty, particularly under pressure, always missable.
44.
Well played. That was the one that, if he was going to miss, it would have been that one. You wouldn't expect him to miss from here now.
Well, his heart will be beating at a rapid rate of knots, but he's keeping himself together here. Under pressure is Trump, and Watanabe rendered helpless. That's the cruelty of snooker. Nothing you can do when your opponent's at the table, except hope.
This pink and one more red. And he will have survived a tough match.
Taking his time wisely.
Yes, it's difficult to get onto a red from the pink, and he's going to be leaving himself with a thin cut to the left corner. He's finished 2 straight on the pink. Now, has he come far enough?
There you see it, so near
57.
to a place in the last 32 in a meeting with Anthony Hamilton. This red, effectively match ball.
Yes, well played. He's got out of jail tonight. Judd Trump hasn't played his best, but he's been brilliant at times. And when he needed it, he dug deep and he got it.
Well, I think the sigh of relief reverberated around this giant temple drum. James Watanabe, well, he'll be desperately disappointed. So close to toppling the world number 2. Would have been a major feather in his cap at the back end of his career. But great credit to Trump here. Brilliant at times, as Joe mentioned. Sloppy at times. And he has been going through a bag trot in the big events. But he's shown terrific bottle here when it mattered most. He's come up
71.
with a champion's break under extreme pressure to keep his German Masters hopes alive. And it will be fitting if the ace in the pack could finish with a century, as he started. 141 in the opening frame. Set the standard for these 5 days of competition in Berlin. And he's finishing on a high. It's been a bumpy ride.
86.
But the manner in which he's turned it around will be rewarding and could just provide him with that missing ingredient of confidence that was definitely shaken with what happened at both the UK and the Masters. Could be the catalyst, this, for something big.
95.
Remember, €60,000 on offer for whoever lifts the trophy on Sunday evening. And now Trump has got over this first hurdle. He will be a major contender. Make no mistake. It's another century for Trump then. Are we to see something of an exhibition shot to finish? I think we are. He gave that some welly. It stays out. It doesn't matter. Terrific stuff. Terrific match. James Watanabe more than played his part. And Judd Trump punches his fist and takes the applause of the crowd. What a match we've seen. Century breaks, misses, tension, drama, the lot. And Judd Trump, who led 3-1 and trailed 4-3 against a man ranked 57 places.